are live, it looks like. I think we're good. I'm 90% sure we're good, and we are good. What is up, everybody? Jacob here, Miami Dolphins Syndicate, joined by Donovan, as always. Welcome back. This is episode 8. We missed last week. We were a little irresponsible last week as to why we were not here. Donovan, you wanna share with the people what we were doing instead?
We were drinking
We
heavily.
were we were wow. That was a fun weekend. That was a very
It
fun
was a
weekend.
fun weekend.
At this time last Wednesday, I may have been awake. I think I was awake. I think I had just woken up from like my 5 or 6 hour nap.
Jeez.
Hey, it was much needed. It was a fun 4th of July last weekend. So sorry for y'all that have been regularly tuning in that was expecting us to be live last week. We were not, but we are here back, and we are getting 1 week closer to some actual Miami Dolphins football. And training camp is just how many weeks away now?
Training camp, I believe it starts in 2 weeks.
Okay. So that's gonna be something we can talk about next week about some people we're expecting to see break out or hoping to see break out into next week. But for now, it's still kind of a slow news cycle, and the guy on everybody's mind is still Dalvin Cook. And this news kind of broke. I think it was over the weekend, may have been Sunday even, that it looks like the Dolphins are no longer favorites to sign Dalvin Cook, that the Jets are now actually favorites to sign Dalvin Cook after it was talked about how Dalvin Cook did not like the contract offer from Miami Dolphins. We don't have an actual official number on what that is yet, but Donovan, it was looking very likely that the Dolphins were going to end up getting Dalvin Cook, and now it looks like he's going to AFC East rival, the Jets. We always thought it was going to be somewhere within the AFC East, but now it actually
So,
looks like that it's going to end up being the New York Jets.
so the thing is with that, it's weird, right? So no one's really said anything about like, okay, the Jets have made an offer, the Jets have brought him in for a visit. None of that. It's literally just been, okay, the Dolphins made their offer and it's not big enough. It's not a big enough offer for what Dalvin Cook wants right now. We haven't heard of any other team really offer him a contract, let alone the Jets. So it's really just the betting odds of like people assuming it's the Jets. It could very well be Dalvin Cook's own team being like, "Hey, we'll go to your rival, the Jets, if you don't want to step up your contract or your the money in your contract," and that could be so one thing as well. That's why the betting odds have flip flopped, and that's why everybody's saying, "Okay, Dalvin Cook's going to be going to the Jets. Brees Hall is coming off that knee injury. It makes sense." But to me, it still doesn't make sense because Brees Hall is on track to start Week 1. He is coming off a significant knee injury, but Dalvin has said that he wants to start and get significant touches in an offense. And, I could definitely see that happening in Miami. I don't see how you take, snaps away from Brees Hall if he is 100%.
That is definitely a good point, and I think that the Dolphins have the biggest opportunity to guarantee him touches. Now, the Dolphins, if let's say we don't get him, I do feel very comfortable with the guys we have on the squad already going into the season. We didn't see a lot from him last year, but look to see some play calling differences, go more run heavy. And while I do want Dalvin Cook, there's just been this little nagging feeling in the back of my head, kind of similar to like with Damian Lillard with the Heat. Just the longer it goes without getting him, the more I'm talking myself into this just isn't happening. Especially with somebody with Dalvin Cook, who he is a free agent. He can go wherever he wants. The Jets have more money to spend. Yes, he's probably going to get a decreased role. But if he goes to the Jets, maybe we have a hard time admitting it. The Jets are going to be, can, and very well can be, a legitimate playoff team, a team that can be see fighting for that probably that seven seed, maybe even the 6th seed. I'm getting so sick and tired of talking about Dalvin Cook. Like at one point, it was so positive. It looked like we were right there. It looked like just a formality that we're going to end up signing him. And here we are. Like I'm sure you guys, even listening in, are tired of hearing this because it was so bright. It was so bubbly. It was this high expectation. Like we're about to sign Dalvin Cook. And then it's dragging and dragging, and a month's gone by now, and now it looks like he's going to our rival. And man, I've just grown so sick of the Dalvin Cook talk.
Yeah, bro, I'm right there with you. It's
It'll
so
kind of ruin it if we actually
overwhelming.
do sign him.
No, I mean, I'm getting tired of it. It's like the whole like Deshaun Watson trade rumors. Like it when we were trying to trade for him, it became so overwhelming that it's like, okay, I really don't do even want him anymore? Like all the stuff that really just comes with him and the the media and everything else. And given it's calmed down a lot, but no one really talks about Cleveland because Cleveland's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
But
They're nothing worth talking about over there. Been there multiple times.
but yeah, it's like dude, it's just annoying. And they given there's very little things to talk about in football right now in the NFL. So Dalvin Cook, you know, coming out with all these rumors of Jets, Dolphins, Patriots wanting to team up with D Hop, him and D Hop in Miami.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
Imagine,
I think that'd be the only thing that could turn this around, and I'd be like super overjoyed as if we went all the way over and got
bro.
D Hop. Because if we do sign Dalvin Cook, I'd still be happy. But like it's just been so mentally taxing. It really only has been like 5 or 6 weeks. But like remember when those
Yeah,
murmurs first started coming out that he might be traded, he might be released, and we're like, is that really true? And then you
yeah.
start putting everything together. Like, wait a minute, we have a spot open that we can have a dominant RB1. He's from down here. There's just a few things that make sense that line up, and then it actually happens. He gets cut. The Dolphins are either first or second favorites for the longest time, and then they finally emerge to that first spot. And I sat here on this stupid mic talking about how yeah, it's basically done. And here we are 6 weeks later and just continuing. This is the
Hmm.
only thing relevant in the Dolphins news cycle, so like we kind of have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't think it's gonna happen at this point. I think he's gonna end up a Jet.
I still am thinking that it's going to be the Dolphins for the reasons that I said earlier. Like the Dolphins are the only team that have been rumored to offer him a contract. And now, yeah, the contract isn't significant enough, and the Dolphins haven't really budged from where they are at.
What do you
But
think that
the
contract
long,
is?
I think it's probably 1 year, like 7 million,
See, I was
maybe
actually thinking
six.
I'm thinking it's a little
I'm
less than that. I'm thinking it's like a 1 year, $4 or $5 million contract.
I'm thinking it's probably somewhere around 6 or 7. Like I don't think the Dolphins would disrespect him by offering him the same contract, basically that Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. already have on the team, which they both have 2 year, $8 million deals. So offering him where he gets the same or just more than them, I find that I don't think that they would disrespect him like that. Um,
But if you look at the Dolphins cap space situation, there's not a lot of wiggle room. The Jets have I think
yeah.
20 to $21 million available. We have I think 13. Whatever we ended up getting for Byron Jones, I think that's the actual number that we have.
We have 12.64 or
So
something like that.
basically around what we
It,
got for Byron.
I'm remembering seeing 12.64. I'm not sure if that's our exact number, but
Give or
it's
take
somewhere
around
around
13.
there.
Let's call it 13 and have a
We'll
solid
just
number
call it,
there.
yeah, 13 solid number. But remember, we're also 30 million over the cap next year already.
Yeah. So do you
So
really want to give a running back who has shown injury issues? Do you want to give him that second year on top of that first year, which may be that issue that he's been referring to?
yeah, and maybe that's he doesn't want a 1 year contract. Maybe he doesn't want a prove it deal. He says that he's proved it already. Like why does he need to go and prove it again? Um, so I mean, it's hard to argue with that, but I still stand strong on. I think a good thing for both sides would be an incentive based contract. I said it on the last live 2 weeks ago. I'll say it again. Incentive based contract where he gets 5 million guaranteed up front. Here you go. And then 5 million based on playing time, yards, catches, touchdowns, everything.
What was the number in terms of on a scale of 1 to 100? What was the likelihood last week or 2 weeks ago that you said you thought he was going to sign with the team?
68. It was
No,
either
you
68
were
or 78.
you were in the 70s. You were in the you
Okay,
said
it was. I remember having an 8 at the end, so it was 78.
where you're at today.
Today I'm probably at like 61.
Ooh, okay, that is a very significant drop. So last week or 2 weeks ago, I believe I said 65. I think I said. Wait, what did I say? Do you remember?
You said you're somewhere in the 60s. I want to say you said a weird number. I think 67 was your number.
Let's call it 67. Um, I flipped to 60%. I think he's going to the Jets. I fully believe at this point. Not fully. I fully
So you
flipped.
think it's 60-40?
I no, because I think there's still a chance he signs with another team. I'd say, and I do
I
still think he's going to
I'd
stay
say
in the
that
AFC East. So I'd say probably 60% Jets, 30% Dolphins, and the rest they split it between the Patriots and the Bills.
no, I don't think he's going to the Bills at all.
I don't think he is either,
I,
but
I think
I
I
think it's gonna
think
be
there's
somewhere
a
in there.
small chance. So I'm gonna stick with 61% for the Dolphins. I'm gonna say 30% the Jets, and then the rest of that he goes with D Hop to the Patriots.
Would you buy a Dalvin Cook jersey if he signed?
With the Dolphins?
Yeah, you're gonna buy a Jets jersey. Come on, bro.
Hey, I don't know. I know Dolphins
Are you
fans
gonna
that have.
buy a Hey, wait, whoa, whoa. Are you gonna buy a
Oh,
Jets
whoa,
jersey?
whoa.
Are you gonna buy a Jets
If
jersey?
if Dalvin Cook signs,
You see
that
this guy?
depends. If it's a 1 year
Closeted
deal,
Jets fan.
if it's a 1 year deal, then no. But if it's a two or more, I'll consider it. Maybe a fake jersey on a 1 year deal.
Let me tell y'all, get your fake jerseys. Get your fake
Bro, we
jerseys.
need a
All of my
sponsor.
jerseys in there are pretty much fake, except for my Ryan Tannehill
We
jersey. Pretty much every single, and my Ed Reed jersey. Pretty much every single jersey, every single football jersey. This is a real jersey, actually. This is a real basketball jersey. Pretty much every football jersey I have in there is fake, and guess what? You cannot tell the difference. Now, I will say, I'll be
I
walking
mean,
around the stadium, and I'll see some fake jerseys. I'm like, dear God, that is terrible. Like, we haven't worn orange in how long? And you have people wearing, like, the new jerseys, except they're orange, and, like, you can very tell like the jersey the letters were like cheaply stitched on. Like,
bro, have
don't
you
get
seen
that
those
bad.
like cream orange jerseys?
Yeah, it's like, where did you even get the idea that's a jersey we might wear? Like, if you're gonna get a fake jersey, get a good fake jersey. Like, let me pull out my Tua jersey. You can entertain the people.
All right, what's up, people? You like my Dolphin
Keep
souvenir
talking
cup
about
from the
jerseys.
game?
No, keep talking about jerseys.
Okay, well, this man's actually grabbing his fake jersey. But basically, I would consider getting a fake jersey, and the only reason, like, I would never have considered getting a fake before seeing his fakes. Now you can tell, unlike what he says, you can tell that they're fake, but it's so much harder to tell that they're fake versus most fakes.
This little seam right here, not on a real jersey. Otherwise, the color, like, you can't really tell through the screen, but the color is actually spot on pretty much for what these jerseys are supposed to be. I don't know. I'm holding.
And those jerseys are what, like $35?
It was $35 on the website, like, but like fees, shipping, tax, and all the other good stuff. It ended up being like $60, but like you can't really tell like the difference that much. It's missing the Dolphins logo. I'll tell you that.
Either pay $140.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Like, this is
$140 or 60. So I wouldn't say just as good.
It is just
Once
as
again,
good.
it's not just as good.
If you feel the material,
look.
I can't really tell the difference.
Look.
I'm
So so basically, like, yeah, it is a very good fake, and it is $60 as opposed to 140 or 150 depending on the jersey that you get. I think my throwback jersey this past year, I got a Javon Holland throwback with the white one. That one was I think that was like 155 after tax.
That's crazy. No shot am I paying that much money for a jersey.
I didn't pay for it. It was like Christmas gift.
Okay, that is the one exception. Like, I got this jersey from my dad. I got a few jerseys there for Christmas from my grandparents. Like, I couldn't tell you the last real jersey I spent my own money on. It's just there's just so many options for fake jerseys, and they all look somewhat good enough.
The last one that I bought was Tua. That was the last one that I bought personally.
Dude, the KD jersey I wear all the time, that's fake. I'm pretty sure it's fake. Dude, you cannot tell the difference. Like, you guys are getting scammed. I tell Liz all the time, because Liz loves jerseys, right? And she loves going into Liz and you know, kind of like, I'm the same way. Like, I love looking at the jerseys, but here's the difference between her and I don't buy them. She'll go in there and she'll buy them. I'm like, bro, go in there, look at them, and then go online. You can find the same jersey, practically the same jersey, for like well over half the price. It's just absurd, the deals you can get online for something that's like 80% good enough. but also you're paying like 180% less, or it feels
By
like
the
at
way,
least.
we're like sponsoring this website without actually sponsoring it.
I mean, I didn't say a name of website.
Hey, that's true. Hey, pay us.
fakejerseys.com. That's not. There's probably
That's
actually
not that.
there's definitely
There
a website called that.
probably is.
There's definitely a
Yes,
website called that. If
100%.
you guys
I
want
can look it up right
if
now.
you guys want a sponsorship right there, you see all that space? You see all that space? And like you see that big head right there? We can make that smaller and we can just continue to add. If you just want to plug stuff all over, hey, I'll take $5. I'll
Bro,
take what you give me.
look at all the room I have right here for
Hey,
sponsorship
look, I
stuff.
have so
Look,
so
look, the wall right here. I could use a big sponsor right there. Just saying.
so before we even get into our next segment, if you guys pay attention, so I move my room around and unintentionally I now have Dolphin stuff in the background.
Hey, let's go.
I got that's Dan Marino right there. That's Dan Marino. That's the Super Bowl bound poster. It has all like the games and stuff on it from 1980. I think that was his rookie season. I'm not sure. Oh, I lied. That's not Dolphins. That's baseball. that's the Marlins and Indians at the time World Series. I have another Dolphin thing over there, and that's it. But now I have something Dolphins in the background finally. Why'd I just notice that?
Bro, I'm sitting here playing with the buttons. I'm like,
The
hey,
L, the
I got the
LED,
dolphin.
at this angle, the LED lights are less impactful in the room.
I
I'll say that.
yes, that is true.
I'm pretty. What was that?
My bicep just not wanting to cooperate.
Jeez, dude, you need to get back into the gym and like, so you don't feel like you're dying
I
afterwards. I know you just did, so I'm proud of you.
I
This
was
week
I
your
was
first full
fine
week.
I was fine up until I helped you move that bed earlier.
That wasn't even that heavy.
It wasn't, but it was just like the way I had to grip it and lift it was
Grip it.
just like
You got that
grip and grip and rip it.
You got that Glock 3000. Is that what you said?
That was you.
Okay. Let's move on to the fantasy football. So we are fantasy football addicts over here. I'm in. I want to say. Okay, this is gonna sound as bad, but like I think I'm in like 4 or 5 leagues now. How many leagues are you in?
I'm in 4
You're four. Okay,
and
so we're not as bad as I thought we
maybe
were.
5, maybe 5, but I definitely at least 4. I'm in 3 of them with
Okay, we'll say 3, 4, or 5
three
for
of them
you
with
too.
you. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I've been sitting here throughout the off season. I've just been sitting here and thinking I miss fantasy football almost more than I miss actual football. There's just something about playing your friend and beating them and looking in the eye afterwards. And this guy right here did a lot of losing last season. So you guys are gonna be getting perspective as a
In one league.
from a good fantasy football player and a bad fantasy football player, and hopefully
I did not
somewhere in
have
the
a
middle.
bad team.
Hopefully somewhere in
You
the middle.
said,
Somewhere in the middle, hopefully we have some actual good advice for
bro,
Dolphins players. I
even
don't want to hear
even
it.
you have
suck at
said my
fantasy football.
team.
Don't care. Don't care. You got last
What?
place. Don't care. Hey, if you guys want to, if you guys haven't
I
watched it
got
already,
whoa!
no,
I
no,
got
no.
third
If you guys
place in my
wanna-
other 2 leagues.
nobody
So
cares.
screw off.
Nobody cares. I don't know that. I don't care. If y'all want to watch a very
Yes,
funny
you
video,
do.
if y'all want to watch a very funny video, go watch him completing the Denny/IHOP challenge because he got last place in our fantasy league. But let's get into it. So the Dolphins have,
Thanks to Damar Hamlin dying.
I'd say about 4 fantasy football players or 4 fantasy relevant players going into this season, and then some guys that are kind of maybes. So the obvious ones, starting off with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Tua, Raheem Mostert. Those are the 4 that are without a doubt going to be drafted in pretty much every single league you're in, unless you're in like a 6-man league. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at where those players are being drafted currently. Where look, I got a few different rankings up here about where these players are looking like going into the season in redraft leagues, and whether we think that's good value, whether we think they should be higher, whether we think we should be lower. And we're going to start off first with the best player on the Dolphins, that being Tyreek Hill. In redraft leagues, most leagues have him going between 6 and 9. And if you look at the season he had last year, even with a beat up Tua, I think that is a very good ranking for him. A lot of people expected him to come in and lose a lot of value because he's not going to have those over the top throws, even though he did end up getting those this year. And with that assurance that his fit in the offense is going to be fine, it really just comes down to the quarterback situation, whether he's going to live up to that middle to late round, first round pick.
It's fairly easy in my mind. He's easily going to live up to that again. the second year in the offense, they're going to have a lot more diversity in the offense. However, the two main guys are still Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. The number one guy, obviously, still Tyreek Hill. And like you said, he produced without Tua there as well, almost breaking the yardage record. He was on pace before Tua got hurt, but then he still, still produced in those games. Instead of getting 150 yards, he was getting like 70. But
Yeah. And he,
still produce. Unlike Jalen Waddle, which when Tua didn't play, he didn't produce.
yeah, Jalen Waddle of the two did have the biggest splits of success, and we'll get into Jalen Waddle in a second. The only thing that sometimes holds Tyreek back is he does not have, or at least last season, did not have a high touchdown production. And we actually saw too, it did kind of struggle when we got to the red zone. We scored a lot of red zone touchdowns, but the when the field is shortened and you have both a quarterback who's not going to move around a lot, as well as smaller in stature wide receivers, when you get to that area of the field, it is harder to find them in the end zone with the field reduced. However, when you're starting with the ball at the 25-yard line, there's very few guys you'd rather have in your fantasy football lineup. We're looking at Justin Jefferson. We're looking at Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp. I have a hard time arguing outside of those three for anybody over Tyreek Hill this year.
Yeah, honestly, I'm right there with you on that, especially in redraft. Like I don't see a reason for anybody to go above him besides those three.
Yeah, those three
I
I think are.
I do have him ranked fourth because Cooper Kupp, Triple Crown winner when he wasn't hurt, and he was leading the league in both catches and yards before he got hurt last year. Uh, Justin Jefferson, obviously the best wide receiver in the league last year, and then Jamar Chase. I mean, he's just Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is probably definitely number two right after Justin Jefferson. Cooper Kupp is the one that I guess you could argue because he's coming off of injury season where also his quarterback got hurt. But assuming both those guys are healthy, I mean, I think he was wide receiver one before he got hurt. So there's nothing wrong for being behind those guys. But then going down to Jalen Waddle is where the conversation can be started to had. So it really is a difference of opinion for a lot of people. Like the ranking I got pulled up right now is fantasyfootballcalculator.com. And Jalen Waddle, they have him listed as wide receiver 10 after Amon-Ra St. Brown, after CeeDee Lamb, after A.J. Brown. And he's going to be drafted probably, just based off that, between 25 to 28. I have him a little bit higher than that. I have him right at the end of the second round, depending on if you're 10 or a 12-man league. If you're a 12-man league, right at the end of the second round, beginning of the third. So more likely to be between 19 and, let's call it, 23. Waddle is a PPR monster, and we did, although when you pair him up next to Tyreek Hill, there is a slight drop off in terms of explosiveness, but you're not getting a lot of a drop off there. And you look at some of the other guys around him. Amon-Ra St. Brown is eventually going to have Jameson Williams back in the lineup, as well as he has a bad quarterback. You have T. Higgins, who's right behind him. Of the two, I'd rather have Tyreek Hill as a second wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb and A.J. Brown do have the benefit of being that wide receiver one, so I guess it makes sense for those guys.
You said Tyreek Hill instead of Jalen Waddle there, but yeah.
You know what I meant.
I do know what I just wanted to clarify for the people out there. But yeah, if Jalen Waddle is not in your top 10 of receivers when drafting, what are you doing in fantasy? Like if he's still there in the end of the second round, beginning of third, and he's there for the taking, take him. Don't hesitate. Like that's like saying Travis Kelce is still there in the middle of the second round. If you don't take him in the middle of the second round, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was surprised to see him. So in the wide receiver rankings, I think that's kind of all right. I'd say I'd had him just above Amon-Ra St. Brown. Again, the guy's ahead of him. He is the highest number 2 wide receiver in the league, and I think he is the best number 2 wide receiver in the league. But even with that,
that's clear.
With the production that the Dolphins get in their passing game, I think he can be and will be above Amon-Ra St. Brown. He finished as wide receiver 7 last year in most PPR leagues, with Tua missing. How many games was it? 5, 6 games, whatever it ended up being, either missing or going out early in those games, or being concussed basically the entire game. He was without a starting quarterback for a decent bit of the season, and still finished at wide receiver 7, and they have him going back to wide receiver 10.
That's insane to me. I once again, I still don't get it, and given I think part of it is his reliance on Tua. Because when he had Tua there, he was, wide, like a top 5 wide receiver in the league. When without Tua, he was wide receiver 20 or worse. But with that being said, I more than most have confidence that Tua will be playing all 17 games this year.
How much money would you put on that?
Well, depends
Yeah.
on depends
Yeah.
on how much depends
Yeah.
on how much the winnings are. Like if it's plus 1,000, yeah, I'll place $100 bet to win $1,000.
Just throw it out. What's the most amount of money you would throw down onto it being fully healthy this season?
300.
Okay, well, jeez. With that, Tua is the next guy on that list. Again, according to fantasyfootballcalculator.com, they have Tua ranked 12, just behind quarterbacks Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers, and just ahead of Daniel Jones and Russell Wilson. Now, you guys know, I'm not necessarily the Tua guy. I'm not a Tua hater by any means. I like to call myself the bridge between the haters and the lovers. The guy right here is definitely in the lover category, and I am in my own category because I'm special. But if you look
Oh,
at his
you're
fantasy,
special, all right.
oh, we no doubt about that. I've hit my head probably 12 times today. You look at 12 at his fantasy ranking. That in a 10-man league is one of the first backups in a 12-man is the last of the starters. Again, I haven't been the best or the highest of Tua guys, but considering the offense that he has at his disposal, is there anything to worry about outside the fact that he might just hit his head every now and then?
Um, with Tua, I still think I think 12. If he's still there for your 12th ranked quarterback, I would take him easily. I'd probably take him over Kirk Cousins,
Yes,
just
I for sure would.
because. I mean, given that we're talking about strictly fantasy here, by the way, guys, strictly fantasy.
For both, I
Uh,
think I'd take him over Kirk
well,
Cousins.
for both, I mean, but like for example, like I would probably take him over a couple of people that are ahead of him in fantasy, like Dak Prescott. The past couple of years, I would take him in fantasy, but I don't like him as a quarterback. For my team, kind of thing. Um, I'm very low on Dak. Like
Yes.
Tannehill, like him, but I'm not gonna put him in fantasy. Two very different, things.
Yeah.
Tua, I think, top 10 quarterback. I also think maybe, with the weapons that he has, and they're going to incorporate more passing, short passing with the running backs. Um, I think he could possibly be a top 8, top 7 fantasy quarterback.
Now, when you look at those top 8 guys that are already ranked, they actually start with Josh Allen, which I think is absolutely interesting. Can you not pull up an ad right now? Christmas in July, I don't care. Leave my screen. If you look at the other guys within this, you look at it starts off actually with Josh Allen, which I think is interesting. But then you look at Josh Allen, Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow, Lamar, Justin Herbert, Justin Fields. Those are all the top 7. You look at all of those guys. They're either excellent runners or they can do a job. Like Joe Burrow, not running the ball. He's never going to have a play really drawn up for him, but he's a little
But
nimble. We've seen that throw in the championship game or
uh,
as a semifinal in college football. Tua does miss that from his game, so pretty much all the fantasy points you're going to get from him is going to be in the air.
so another thing with that is that those teams also, like our team, have deep wide receiver, or they have great wide receiver rooms. They have deep wide receiver rooms. I mean, the Chargers just drafting Quentin Johnston. I mean, given they needed that depth because last year, what, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and Gerald Everett played, what, 20 snaps together
Yeah, it
or
was
something like
ridiculous. Yeah,
it was ridiculous. Whereas you have probably the greatest trio in the league right now for the Bengals
oh,
with T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and
I thought you were gonna say that for
whoa,
us. I'm like, wait, wait.
whoa,
Calm
whoa,
down, calm down. I like the
whoa,
enthusiasm, but let's
whoa.
just simmer
No, no, no,
down.
no, 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 no. I was talking about trio of wide receivers.
Uh-huh.
The Bengals.
Who even is our fourth? We've talked about it for like 2 weeks and we still can't figure it out.
Well, it's gonna come down to training camp, and you and I will be at some of those training camps, and
Yeah,
we'll have
But
Broncos can't
clear.
cover the tight guys.
It's clear the Bengals are, they in terms of wide receiver trios, and that's what elevates him so high, as well as he
And,
is arguably, if you're Andrew, according to Andrew, the best quarterback in the league. That's what separates those guys. You then look at
I
the
think
next.
Justin Fields is also up there too, right?
Justin Fields, where is he? My phone keeps refreshing for some stupid reason. Justin Fields is he's got to be up there. Yeah, Justin Fields is 7. He's the last of that top 7, and that's
Hmm.
that speaks for how much being able to move impacts fantasy football, and be able to pick up. He might get like 10 rushing touchdowns. If Tua gets 2, you're like, okay, you know what? At least there's some sort of threat. Roll them out one direction or another. We've seen him do it in the past. And then you get down to Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence. I probably have him. I might have him just over Dak, but definitely I'm still sticking with Trevor Lawrence over Tua, and I know how you feel about that.
Fantasy wise, I think he may do better this year, because he gets Calvin Ridley back.
Yeah,
or back. He never had him in the first place, but he
he's
has
coming
Calvin
back in
Ridley.
general. Yeah,
He's coming back in general. Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk really showed out last year. Zay Jones was a very good 2 last year. He's now their 3. It's a very underrated receiving core, and then on top of that, you also have Evan Ingram there, and then you have 2 good pass catching backs. So it's a definitely a passing system there. Whereas the Cowboys have been nonstop talk about running the ball, so I don't think Dak is going to be better than Tua this year.
yeah, that's all very fair comparisons to make. And the last of the 4, we can talk about Devon Achane. Devon Achane's probably not going to get drafted in any of your redraft leagues, and Dynasty is a decent option to see what he can do in the future. Jeff Wilson teeters between being drafted and undrafted. He could end up coming out of camp as a running back 1. We don't know, but Raheem Mostert is the last guy, and just in terms of this season, they currently have him ranked as running back number 42. That's just behind Kareem Hunt, who's not even on a team, behind Jahmyr Gibbs, which I'm surprised he's that low, and then right in front of Devin Singletary, Ezekiel Elliott, and Kenneth Gainwell. And I think
so 2 people that are not
2 people are not on a team,
teams.
but I think that's definitely fair when you look at Raheem Mostert, when one of these free agents who are actually above him in this rankings might join the Dolphins. There's a very strong possibility, not very strong, but there is a possibility that he doesn't end up as the RB1 on the team. It's such a volatile group of backs, and last year production was not what we thought it was, especially in the receiving game, which is something that we've seen success with Raheem Mostert. So this very low ranking, I kind of have to agree with.
Oh, absolutely. Like, we don't even know if he's going to make the team, if we're going to be quite honest with you, because if we sign Dalvin Cook or Kareem Hunt, who knows what happens with Jeff Wilson. Now, I do think it's more likely that we end up cutting one of the other backs, like Savon Ahmed or Myles Gaskin.
Yeah.
But, trading Jeff Wilson, it's a very tradable contract. I mean, we talked about this over and over and over again. These contracts are practically all the same for all these running backs that have signed this year.
Yeah.
2-year, $8 million.
Jeff Wilson, I don't even know where Jeff Wilson is on this list because of the possibility of being replaced, and definitely already starting off as RB2. But Raheem Mostert, he's somebody that's going to be replaceable. Like if you end up drafting him as let's say your 4th or 5th running back in redraft, it's one of those guys that you can see the possibility that he explodes, because he still has the explosiveness. He still is really good in space, and is not great between the tackles, but he's a little taller than most running backs, so he can kind of do a job in between the tackles. But he does have that breakout ability. He has the reception game, which in PPR is huge. He also, just a little timeout, if you don't play PPR, you're an absolute weirdo, because I know there's some people that don't. You're a weirdo if you play just regular standard fantasy football. I don't even understand why they call that the standard. All right, if you don't play PPR, you're a loser. I don't want to talk to you. All right, this is PPR based. Just I didn't say that at any point during this video, so here we're at. This is where we're at. Raheem Mostert has all those upsides. He is held back by the situation he's in. You look at the receiving game. The Dolphins have made it clear that it's a pass-first team. He's not going to be probably week in, week out averaging anywhere near 15 points per game, but there could be weeks where you see him get 15 to 20 points.
He's definitely like a low-end flex play. I mean, this is right now,
Very
as
low.
of right now, it very low. But this is like one of those guys that you have to plug him in during like a bye week, then so be it kind of thing. Um, but it's a committee back there right now. Like
Yeah.
none of these guys are really like maybe one of them takes over, but we saw for so long with the 49ers, they were running back by committee. They never really had a true number one. Even when Elijah Mitchell came back last year, he took more snaps than McCaffrey at running the ball when he was in there. Then he got injured again. But that's just, the system that we have over here as well. And we saw when Jeff Wilson was playing, he was splitting with Raheem Mostert. Now, they both have a little bit of injury concern. A-Chain's now there. Savon Ahmed, very good runner, or very mid
Whenever you decide to
runner.
compliment him, it just makes me laugh because I know your bar.
Like, okay, I
I
like
know you're
I
at when you
like
say
him
very good. It's like if he's very good, what does the rest of the NFL look like?
well, they're all very good players except for a few. They're
So
friggin'
we're not
trash.
talking. Okay,
But
all right,
okay,
Tyrell
okay.
saying trying to compare Derrick Rose to me as to why Derrick Rose should be in the All Star game like 6 years ago. That's
um
basically what you're doing.
no, I'm not. Okay, so Savon Ahmed, he it's weird, but if you ever watch him play the Bills, he looks like an all-star running back. Like, where is this every other time? But
He's not
he
good.
so he's not consistent. But he's definitely better than Miles Gaskin at running the ball.
I'd say probably.
I can
I wish you are frozen right now. I wish you could see what you look like. I think we may have just lost Donovan, ladies and gentlemen, because that is a
I'm here.
that is a
I'm here.
he's back.
Here.
Oh, I'm not sure if that part's gonna make it in the video. If it does, you froze at just an absolutely sexy position. Let's just say that. It did not look good. It did not look good. But
Oh, let's
well,
go.
we can segue into something that I didn't
Hold on,
necessarily
let me see.
plan.
I'm trying to watch another stream.
Yeah, we can segue into something that I didn't necessarily plan on talking about, and something that did get mentioned a little bit there in that last bit, being Devon A-Chain. So we did mention that the running back group it can be very volatile as to who week in week out ends up being the RB1. Every single week there's that injury risk with both Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert. In A-Chain, we use a third-round pick on very versatile running back, which is something that Mike McDaniel likes in his system. You can line him up in the slot, you line him up in the backfield, you can line him up a variety of ways and give him a bunch of different play calls. But he definitely comes into camp as the RB3. He's very undersized, 5'6". What is he, like 180 pounds or something like that? Something very ridiculously small, comically small.
He is not 5'6".
Dude, he's 5'6".
Hold up, I'm looking this up.
I'm like 90% sure he's 5'6". I'm like 93% sure he's 5'6". But one way or another, most times he steps onto the football field, he's the smallest human being on the football field. But he's very quick. He's a good route runner. He's not good between the tackles. He's not going to be good between the tackles. Let's start that off now.
He's 5'9". I'm sorry to interrupt you. 5'9", 188.
5'9". I think it's closer to 5'6", just like you're closer to 5'11". Anyways.
Oh my god.
What do we think his role is actually going to end up being?
6'6" for nothing.
6'6" because I'm sexy. What do you think his role is actually going to be this year?
A-Chain, it's so hard to tell right now. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my 3 predictions. One, if we sign Dalvin Cook, he's just gonna learn from Dalvin Cook. He's going to be the very quiet third guy that we have there, possibly a return guy. Now, kick returns, Braxton can take punts or whatever. But if we don't sign Dalvin and say we sign Kareem Hunt, I think he's going to be more involved in the offense. I think he's going to slightly more. I think he's going to be, featured every other drive or whatever, and definitely a lot in the pass game to try to maybe we throw split backs out there with them. And if we don't sign either of those guys, I think he's going to be heavily involved in the offense. They already have him so far from the mini camp. Have him lining up as a wideout at some points.
Yeah.
So he's definitely going to be involved in the pass. What? It's just to what extent is he going to be out there? Now, we talked about Mostert being our primary pass catching running back right now, and he didn't really catch. I think he didn't even have 10 balls caught last year. Like if we're being
It
honest.
was something. It was something ridiculously low. And A-Chain, that is something
Yeah.
he excels at. But in order for him to end up the starter, there's gotta be a lot of things, depending on how you look at it. A lot of things that either have to go right or a lot of things that have to go wrong. Like going into camp, he in no way should be the running back one. Now, I like what he offers in terms of speed. You can get him into space, but the NFL is not kind to undersized athletes. We've seen with Tariq Cohen, you know, he got one injury and his career basically just collapsed on top of itself. He is somebody that
Right.
he's hard to get your hands on, but if you do get your hands on him, it is pretty much a wrap for that play. His best case scenario is he comes out and absolutely balls out in camp. And somebody at his size, that is something that's very easy to do because you're not really running a lot of live reps. You're just wrapping people up. You're not getting tackled. So he has to really stand out when going through that because coaches understand that going into it. So he will have a little bit of advantage that going into camp, it's not exactly what you're going to see going into the regular season, as well as you're just going to have to hope both Dalvin Cook doesn't get signed, and then one of Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson underperform. There's a reason why he was drafted at the third round. I think he can be a very good player. I think he has potential if everything goes right for him to maybe be a starting running back, but I don't have a lot of confidence in guys that are just that small.
I mean, given he is Aaron Jones' size. Aaron Jones is 5'9".
The Final Four.
Okay, but
Final Four, UConn versus Miami. I had Aaron Jones. It was Miami. I had Aaron Jones right behind me yelling. And I turn around and look at him like Aaron Jones is. He's not a small human being, but he's he's not a massive human being. But you look at Aaron Jones, and I don't think I'm like, oh, that guy's tiny. I look at Devon Achane, I'm like, wow, that guy plays professional football.
Given Devon Achane still has time to be putting on, the muscle that he needs and everything else. That he's not in college. We've seen people go from college to the pros in any sport, and they put on a massive amount of muscle. Once they get into real training with the real trainers and everything else. I mean, we've seen it. Like look at Tua for when he first came in, given he was coming in with an injury.
Yeah, but look, he's also been through a lot up to this point. Excuse me.
He's been through a lot, but now he's thickums.
I don't think I'd go quite that far yet. Like he's not like Jalen Phillips is thickums. Jalen Phillips, like that's a human and a half. Tua's a human. Like if Tua
we've discussed this before. If Jalen Phillips gets drug tested and suspended for PEDs, I would not be surprised.
Yeah,
because of how ripped he is.
He is.
But remember Deion Jordan?
I remember how trash he was. That's about it.
Okay, after his rookie year, his second year coming into the league, he got suspended for PEDs for 8 games or something. But he came in looking like Jack, just like Jalen Phillips, and that just gave me PTSD seeing him like that. I'm like, oh shit!
What did we give up to go up and get Deion Jordan? Do you remember?
I don't want to even discuss that right now.
What year was that? What draft was that? I remember it happening. I remember being super excited.
2013?
Who else was Who else was on the board?
Because we took. I think we took him in the draft after Tannehill. Tannehill we took in 2012.
That somewhat rings a bell. I just Google search Deion Jordan draft. Oh, that was a bad draft. I think. Wow, I don't want to just click on him. Deion Jordan. Who drafted Deion Jordan? Oh, we know who drafted Deion Jordan. 2013 NFL draft is what ends up coming up.
Hey, I was right.
Yeah, that was I think if I remember correctly. Yeah,
bro, who are these people?
Eric Fisher was the first overall pick. Player selections. Eric Fisher. DeAndre Hopkins was drafted that draft, so we could have had D-Hop. Xavier Rose, Darius Slay. Darius Slay's been in the league that long. We could have had Eddie Lacy.
What?
We could have had Eddie Lacy.
Hey, offensive rookie of the year, bro. Offensive rookie of the year.
Oh, Travis Kelce was a 3rd-round pick. Tyrann Mathieu was a 3rd. Okay, so it went Eric Fisher, Luke Jokel, Deion Jordan. Lane Johnson was number 4.
Lane Johnson?
Yeah, the offensive lineman for the Eagles, bro. One of the best.
Oh, Lane. I thought you said Blaine. I'm like, who the
No, Lane Johnson, one of the best offensive linemen in football. Did a great job at keeping Jalen Hurts upright, even though he doesn't need a lot of help. because he can just run around. But then Ziggy
Ezekiel
Ansah,
Ansah.
Barkevius Mingo, Jonathan Cooper. Who the frick is that
Hey,
guy? Tavon
hey,
Austin.
the guy that got shot in the head.
Huh?
You don't remember Tavon Austin getting shot? Oh no, that was Stephen Bailey. I'm sorry.
Jeez, bro, not even close.
They both played for the Rams. What are you
Dude,
talking
I was like,
about?
when did
They were
Tavon?
like best friends. They were like best friends. What are you talking
I
about?
was
Not
like,
close.
well, I'm just thinking in terms of names. I'm like, when did Tavon Austin get shot?
Yeah, Stephen Bailey got shot in the head. He survived. He survived. He
Yo, this
almost
is
made an NFL comeback,
this is a
but no one wanted to touch him.
terrible first round. I mean, absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, this is
D-Hop,
EJ Manuel.
D Hop at the end of the first round, like he's one of the bright spots.
Oh,
Obviously, Lane
yo,
Johnson.
I think this was Geno Smith's draft.
It was. EJ Manuel was the first quarterback taken. Geno Smith was taken, I think, the second quarterback taken in the second round.
Zach
Darius
Ertz.
Slayer? Manti Te'o. Oh, Manti Te'o.
Bro.
Have you seen
his like cousin?
Have you That's racist. Have you seen that documentary?
I did, bro. It was
Yeah.
so messed up.
That was
so messed up.
God,
I felt
that dude fleeced him.
Bro, on top of that, it messed him up mentally, so he like didn't perform well in the pros.
Dude was
He was almost
dog.
the first. He was almost the first defensive player to win the Heisman. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
He got second place in votes or something.
Man, what could have been? I mean, he still made a decent bit of money because he got drafted in the second.
I didn't know he
round.
went in the second round though. I thought he dropped further.
No. Yeah, he ended up being.
I think he still played like 6 years or something.
Yeah, something like that. So he made a decent amount of money. And in watching that documentary, you watch, like, okay, I'm glad that like his head's still screwed on straight. Like it didn't kill him, figuratively and almost literally.
A lot of people may have not survived that mentally.
Yeah, but he had a strong family and a very, very strong man. Yeah. This is let's
move past this.
Is this what you guys, you want to talk about life and death scenarios here? So 9/11.
No.
9/11, guys. Inside job? Anyways, so the Dolphins have a few guys up for the Dolphins have a few guys in consideration for the Hall of Fame, do we not?
We do.
Do I care about any of them?
You don't, but we have some fans that might.
Okay, Donovan, you can go ahead and lead us away. What's up with the Dolphins and the Hall of Famers?
All right, so we have two guys that are in the semifinals for the Hall of Fame. Mark Clayton, and yes, he actually is 21st in NFL history in passing touchdowns caught. And I will tell you, the other guy, once my phone loads.
So you don't know?
It's Bob. I can't pronounce his last name. I can't know.
Bob Cousy?
I can't pronounce his name unless I'm looking at it.
Bob Doofenshmirtz?
It does start with a
Evil
K.
Incorporated.
Why is my phone just not cooperating?
Barry the Platypus.
Harry the Platypus. No, it's a platypus.
A repairman platypus.
I messed that up.
Perry the Repairman Platypus.
And then
God bless
Harry the Platypus.
God bless my family that just starts hearing me yelling every 7 o'clock on Wednesdays.
God bless that peacock out there somewhere.
Yeah, in your house, middle of nowhere. Should we just give the people?
Yeah, okay. It's not no. It's what is it on?
This is the level of preparation we have here.
I had it pulled up. I had it pulled up on my phone too, which is the worst part.
Okay, let me go on a little rant here, guys. All right. I usually host this show. You know how it is. Your boy. I have the background. I do what I can. I do what I can do here, right? I come here prepared. I come here with knowledge. I come here ready to spit facts here. All right. He gets this one segment where he gets the host, and he has to waste 3 minutes of our time, my time, and your time before he can finally pull up what he wants to talk about. All right. He gets this opportunity and is doing this, blundering it. You done.
I had it pulled up. You saw I had it pulled up too. You saw
what
I had
happened?
it pulled up.
What happened?
My Wi-Fi just is trash. What can I say? All right. So it's Bob Kuechenberg. Bob Kuechenberg.
The Coochie Man.
Kuechenberg was a member of the 1972 undefeated Dolphins team. He played 196 games on the offensive line, primarily at guard, a little bit at tackle.
What number was he? What number was he? Is it? Do we have it?
No.
Guys, look at the lack of professionalism from our co-host here.
Bro, you don't even care about anybody
I don't.
pre-2007.
You're right. I don't. But what I care about is professionalism and coming to the show and providing the best experience for our viewers.
We discussed that. No, you don't care.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's
Bro.
As I am.
We talked about Ricky Williams making the Hall of Fame, and you would not care because you don't remember him.
That is not true. That is the one guy I said that'd be cool and I'd be happy for him. Other guys that I haven't really watched, and I didn't get to watch a lot of.
Okay,
Ricky
Zach
Williams.
Thomas making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Zach Thomas making the Hall of Fame. You don't care because you don't remember.
Yeah.
But he was literally on the team in 2007. Whatever.
He was, but like I don't remember him playing. I just remember like he's like just a short little linebacker.
He was a finalist for the Hall of Fame from 2002 to 2009.
I said that to piss you
Kuchenberg
off.
was. I don't even know what you said.
I said he's just a short little linebacker.
I still don't hear what you said.
Or whatever.
All right. But that's what we got. But you know what? Since you don't care about Dolphins history, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna slap you some trivia. All right.
Okay. So we got some Miami Dolphins trivia. We recorded a Miami Dolphins trivia 3 weeks ago. Has it got uploaded? Absolutely not. However, Donovan, what do we have today?
That's your job.
Shut up.
All right. So I got two trivia things for you. The first one. Name the last 10 starting 10 starting quarterbacks for the Miami Dolphins. There's been 10 starting quarterbacks since 2013.
Deshaun Watson.
Name the last 10.
Brett Favre. Ben Roth. Oh, sorry. What? Last 10 quarterbacks? Okay.
Last 10 starting quarterbacks. I was going to make it harder and make it 15, but I don't think you named 15. I think you named the last 10.
Okay, let's see. Last 10. So let's just start with the last 3 that we had this last season. So obviously we have Tua. Obviously we have Skylar Thompson. We have Teddy Bridgewater. Did Teddy Bridgewater get a start? Teddy Bridgewater did get a start against the Jets. So that's 3. So before that, we have Jacoby Brissett. We have Ryan Fitzpatrick. I might even get this in order because I'm a baller. So Jacoby Brissett, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then Ryan Fitzpatrick started that whole season before. And only Tua came in, and then he got a few starts. Before Ryan Fitzpatrick was Jay Cutler. No, well, I'm not sure if that was in order, but Jay Cutler, Ryan Tannehill, Matt Moore.
Missing 2. You're missing 2.
I know I am, but am I currently like 8 for 8? Like everybody said.
You're 8 for 8.
Okay. Matt Moore, Brock Osweiler.
One more to go.
Where in the timeline? Where in the timeline is this guy? Is it? Am I going in the right order?
First year Brian Flores.
First year Brian Flores. It was Ryan Fitzpatrick in Tua. That was not for no. That was not. It was Ryan Fitzpatrick, and who was Fitzpatrick's backup? It was Fitzpatrick's backup, right?
There ain't 10 guys better than me.
Wait, he started a game? He started a game against the Dallas Cowboys.
He started 3 games. Come on, one more guy.
Josh Rosen. Yeah, I got it.
Josh Rosen. He started there you
Dallas
go.
Cowboys. And that was the okay. See, okay. I got this.
There
See,
you
I
go.
know Dolphins history. Come on. Holla at your
There
boys.
you go. All right, now the next one I got you is name the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Professionalism.
Name the top 20 leading rushers in Dolphins history.
Kill yourself. Ricky Williams, Ronnie Brown, Larry Zonka.
Top 3 off the board.
Yeah, obviously those are the top 3. I mean, that I just have to start naming guys. Like honestly, Kenyon Drake may have made the top 20. Did he? Jeez, we have been a pathetic organization for a long time. Where is he in the top 20?
He's 20th. He's the last one. 1,532 yards.
Jeez, what's next? Arian Foster made the list. I know he didn't, but like, imagine.
No. Imagine.
Imagine is right. Okay.
I think you'll get back about half. If you get half this list, I'll be impressed.
Honestly, I'm already struggling.
Exactly. So you have 4. You have 4 of them. You should easily get 3 more. You should easily get 3 more.
Jay.
Yes.
Miles Gaskin.
That's 5. Nope.
Okay, good. I would have been very disappointed. I would have been very disappointed. Miles Gaskin made it as a
He's
top
pretty
20
close.
guy.
Not gonna lie. He's pretty close.
I'm sure he is. Unfortunately. Who is the? Oh, Lamar Miller.
That's 6.
He's at 6.
No. I'm saying that's 6. No, he is in the top 10 though.
Of course he is. Of
He's
freaking course he is.
He's 8th.
So I have 6 right now.
You have 6 right now. Lamar Miller is 8th on the list with 2,900 yards.
That's still pretty sad. Dang man, really? Okay. I'm struggling, honestly. I'm struggling here.
You should be able to get at least 1 more.
I'm trying to go like era by era. I'm trying to go quarterback by quarterback. I'm like, who is paired with each running back, or which running back was paired with each quarterback?
Well, you're missing 1/2 of the 72 team.
I forget his name, honestly. I know as soon as I hear his name, I'm gonna remember it, but right now I forget his name.
All right, you should definitely get all-time college player.
All-time Reggie Bush?
Reggie Bush.
Every time we talk, I get more and more disappointed by my own team.
All right, then we have the leading scorer in the NBA.
LeBron James?
Second leading scorer.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yep.
Who?
3,000 yards. He's 7th on our list.
Who?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
What?
We have a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah.
Do we actually?
Yes, bro. Yes, dude. Yes. He's 7th on our list. He's just above Lamar Miller.
Kareem Abdul. You're not trolling.
I'm not trolling, bro.
What year was that?
It was in the 90s.
His name is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like exactly that.
Yes. I'll send you a picture.
What?
Actually, I can't. I'll send you a picture afterwards.
Yeah, because that would give away the list.
Yeah.
Is anybody else post 2010?
Post 2010? No.
Oh boy.
All right.
Yeah, you're gonna need. You're
all
gonna
right,
give me some layups here.
A planet.
A planet?
A planet.
Venus. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Mercury.
Actually,
Oh,
Mercury.
oh, yeah.
What's the last name?
It's right here. I promise. I know it. I promise I know it. I promise. I know it. This one I promise I know. Morris. Mercury Morris. I wasn't lying. I actually knew it. I'm very open with my lack of knowledge on various fronts.
He's fourth. He's 4th on the list, or 5th. Yeah, he's 4th on the list. Number 5, also part of the 70s Dolphins. He was a fullback.
Kuchenberg.
I'm not gonna punch you, but I'm gonna
slap.
No.
Kick.
Lower body there. First name.
Dick.
No.
Oh.
It does, kind of go. No.
Walter Payton.
Okay, Slim.
Shady.
Food,
Come on.
Food. Think food. Think food. Slim.
Milk. That's Skim. I'm off screen now. And I'm back on screen.
All right.
I have the attention span of a squirrel.
Hey, it's literally a skinny meat stick. Slim.
Jim? Oh, Jim.
So Jim.
I forget the first thing you said.
I'm not gonna punch you, but I'm gonna
kick. Jim Kick.
Jim Kick.
That's not a real person.
Oh my god.
That's not a real person. Prove it. Somebody prove it. That's not a real person.
Bro, he's in the Hall of Fame.
I don't care. Is there anybody else on this list I'd actually get?
Probably
be
not.
real.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna no. That was the last one that I thought
Okay.
you'd get.
I
I'm gonna
want, I
rattle them
want to
off to
be
you.
I want to be disappointed. Roll them off 1 to 20.
1 to 20. Larry Zonka, 6,737 yards.
I don't need the yards. Just 1 to 20.
Ricky Williams, Ronnie Brown, Mercury Morris, Jim Kick, Tony Nathan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lamar Miller, Mark Higgs, Delvin Williams, Andre Franklin, Benny Malone, Lamar Smith, Reggie Bush, Bernie
For the Jets.
Parmali? I have no idea who that is.
Bernie and the Jets.
Lorenzo Hampton, Jay Ajayi, Sammy Smith, Woody Bennett,
Sammy
and
Smith is not a
Kenyon
real
Drake.
person. Sammy Smith is Sam Smith on Instagram.
and Kenyon Drake is the last one.
Men. Oh boy, that's jeez. Those aren't real people. You can't convince me those are real people.
Is Jacob Kelly a real person
That's
or an
a
NPC?
good question. And I'm still trying to figure that out. I contemplate that 3 a.m. every single night.
My God. Should we do all-time leading passers? I'm kind of curious.
Do we want to say that for next week?
Sure.
Okay. Do we have anything else we talk about this week? It's 8:15. We've been going for an hour. You have any nonsense you want to talk about while we're here? I can't wait for Oppenheimer to come out.
I watched 2.5 episodes so far of The Quarterback on Netflix.
They're gonna say 2 episodes of Oppenheimer. I'm like, what are you talking about?
No. So Patrick Mahomes follows Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota. It's pretty good so far. It is like you have to like pay attention. It's not like something you can have on in the background type of thing. But it is pretty cool. Like if you like the insight on, what these players go through day in and day out, and you get to hear them mic'd up pretty much the whole season. I'm curious to when I get to the part for when Marcus Mariota just leaves the team abruptly in the middle of the season.
I can't wait for the Jets Hard Knocks.
Bro, that's gonna be hilarious because no one wants it. Aaron Rodgers is just Aaron Rodgers, and that's gonna be high on like some non-performance enhancing drug.
I love Hard Knocks. The one they did. Jeez, I just got raped by hiccups. The one they did last year was incredible.
I wish I watched it.
It was the Lions. Oh, bro, Dan Campbell was just a G.
I love Dan Campbell. I remember telling everybody that when they hired him, I'm like, that's such a good hire. And everybody's like, bro, you're just a Dolphins fan. Shut up. And I'm like, no, look, he wasn't ready when the...
If by you guys you mean me, that's what I said probably.
Well, Jay said it too. But I'm like, look, he's not like, a Mike McDaniel or Brian Dable where he's, going to educate you, but he is a motivator, and then he's going to surround himself with the best staff, which he has. He has a very good staff there.
Homie was funny. Like I believe everything he's saying. Like there's a lot of guys, there's a lot of coaches that'll they'll be rah-rah or they'll talk the talk, but you don't really believe what they're saying. Like you don't believe that's them. Oh, I believe every single word he says.
He probably has CTE, but it's okay because he's funny.
They all do. He was a tight end. Are you kidding me? He was smacking the edge rusher running 100 miles an hour off the edge, and then he's getting his head taken off by a middle linebacker.
He was blocking a blocking tight end for the most part too.
Yeah, he wasn't. So he's out here blocking like Jason Taylor in practice, right? And then he's going out and getting laid out by Zach Thomas. That's the 1-2 wombo combo he gets to introduce himself to.
Y'all, I just want to say this is a special moment in Miami Dolphins Syndicate history. Jacob has just named 2 Dolphins Hall of Famers that he does not care about.
I care about Jason Taylor. I went to the movies one time and he was there. His whole family.
Yeah, I feel like if you haven't seen,
his whole family was wearing his jersey. It's kind of weird.
That is weird. I feel like if you haven't seen Jason Taylor or Udonis Haslem in South Florida, you don't live in South Florida.
I've told the story on here about how I saw Udonis Haslem when he was in COVID
you
protocol.
told it at least 3 times on this channel.
That's not true. At least
At
At least
least,
once.
at least twice.
At least once.
We don't need to go and do it again unless you want to make a video on it and be like, hey, Jacob
Johnny
ran into
Casdom, you had COVID. Why were you at the movies 4 years ago? 3 years ago. 2
3
years
years
ago.
ago. 3 years ago,
Two.
before the bubble. No, it was
Uh,
after. No, it was 2021. It was after the bubble.
it was after the bubble. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Maybe you didn't move.
I'm hungry. I had tacos. I had. Is there anybody even in here other than the two of us? Are we just are you talking rubbish?
We might be talking rubbish at this point.
Do you have your phone on the
Hey,
stream?
we have 4 watching right now.
Mine says 2. So that's a
And
problem.
now
Hi.
it's now down to 3.
Oh, hi. Bye. Bye.
And we're 2 of them.
Hi, whoever you are. Liz
Hi.
says she was watching for a little bit. I told her I called her out about the jerseys and she tuned in. I'm so freaking hungry.
All right, so how about we wrap this up?
What should I go eat? My mom made tacos after I got. My mommy made me some tacos. My mom made me some tacos after I got back from the gym, but like I'm still hungry.
Bro, I'm telling you, the gym's been doing that to me, just making me unbearably hungry after I finish. Should eat a protein shake. By eat any drink.
I don't have any protein shakes.
Go to Publix. You live 2 seconds away from one.
But that requires me to go to the place I work. And I'm not.
I forgot you refuse to go there unless you.
That's not true. That's not true. If I know who's working that night, if Stephanie's there, if Joe's there, if Craig's there, if Sarah's there, like if somebody I know is there, like one of the homies are there, then I'll be like, oh yeah, what's up? Or if I know it's a day that one of them are probably working, I'll stop by and I'll mind. But like, I don't know who's there. I know Colton's there. I know Steph isn't there. Joe might be there. I think Joe usually closes on Wednesdays, so he might be there. But I'm not gonna go for just a protein shake. Like if I went to the gym earlier, all right, and I had pollo, which is healthy enough. I'm about to get some like cheesy bread from Domino's.
No, stop it.
It's so good though.
It is good, but that's like something you have after you lose the 15 pounds.
Oh, hi Liz. She's still watching.
Hi Liz.
Stop buying $130 jerseys, all right? I'm telling you. $40 to $60 online, all right? Look.
Hey, a light just turned on behind you. That was pretty. You got ghost, bro.
A light turned on? Wait, what? It did? There's no lights. What are you talking about? There's no lights here.
There was a light. I promise you, I saw a flash of a light behind you.
All right, guys. Well, this has been Jacob Kelly, my on the Syndicate. It's been nice knowing you. Ooh, there's a little tone in that now. There's a little tone. There's a little bit of tone. No, don't flex.
A little
Don't
bit
flex.
of tone.
Don't
I'm
flex.
not flexing.
That is
I'm
the
not.
pastiest arm I've ever seen in my life.
I did, bro.
Dude lives so far. Dude lives so far in the middle of nowhere. The sun doesn't even arrive. He lives too far from the sun. I cannot. You're cutting out. I don't know what you're saying.
Can't hear.
I know. That just went whoop. That went so far over my head.
Yeah, I got him, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen,
Liz, Jalen Ramsey jersey. I promise you, we can find it online for like $50 total. You go inside the Champs. You go inside the Dolphins team store.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
What?
We need to get her a Dolphins Jalen Hurts jersey. You can. It says Hurts and the number 2.
First of all, he's number 1 now, and I know Tua. Yeah. But you can still get whatever. If you customize your, you get whatever number you want. Why are you weird?
He's number 1.
Jalen Hurts is number 1 now.
I thought he changed it from 1 to 2. He changed it from 2 to 1.
Why on earth would he become the starter and change from 1 to 2? Carson Wentz was number 1, and I'm pretty sure he was number 1. Was he number 1? Whatever. No, he was 11. When he left and Jalen Hurts took over, he took over as number 1. But that'd be so weird. Why on earth would you get a Jalen Hurts Dolphins jersey, you absolute weirdo? She's a Jalen Ramsey fan too. Like he's already on the team.
Oh, she's a Ramsey fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Look. I apologize. Oh, Florida State. Okay.
Scum.
I just knew that she was like in love with Jalen Hurts.
They
So
got a good, really good burrito place in Florida, around Florida State.
in
That's the
love
only
with
thing
his play, I should say. In love with his
they have a
play.
good burrito place in Tallahassee. That's about the only. They also have a Krispy Kreme there. It's about the only good thing that's ever existed in Tallahassee.
I don't think I've been to Tallahassee.
Although
I've been to.
Gainesville's
I
just
went
as
to
miserable.
Gaines.
It's
I went to
miserable.
I went to Gainesville one time, and it was last year for FL2K. Hey, wearing the shirt actually.
He is.
Yeah.
She is spamming me right now for some reason through her email instead of her phone number. He's the number one corner. He's number one DB. He's number one since FSU. Let's go. Best corner in the NFL. Okay, well, here's a little argument we could have. It. Who's better between Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard? And
J-
she's gonna be texting me, and you're gonna be yelling Xavier Howard. I'm just gonna be sitting here pretty much.
what?
Are you saying Jalen Ramsey's better than Xavier Howard?
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, I've said that.
Okay.
I've been.
Okay.
There was one year
I
that he
didn't
was
know.
better, and that there was one year that he was better. There was one year that he was better. That was it.
Okay.
And that was the year that he had like what 11 interceptions.
I fully expect you to say Xavier Howard's better.
Bro, come on. I'm a fan. I'm not delusional.
Do you have a Xavier Howard jersey?
I almost got one, and then I got Javon Holland instead because he's younger and probably
I
gonna
love
be
Javon Holland, bro.
He's such a funny dude.
Dude. Liz, Instagram, follow quick draw Jev. You're gonna be a big fan of him now too. Dude is
So did you see
hilarious.
did you see the interview with him, bro? He did an interview
probably.
recently with who's that irrelevant Dolphins running back that we had?
Ronnie Brown.
No, he was relevant, kind of.
It's sad that he's.
It's
top
recent.
three.
It's recently.
I have no idea.
I forgot. But one of the former Dolphins players has a podcast, and so he went on the podcast and he talked about like why he has the quick draw Jev account, and
Yeah.
he's like he's like I just want to be a normal guy, show these guys that it like this is a job and we have to put everything we have into it, but it's okay to have
because he is.
it's still okay to have fun and show you I'm still a normal guy. Like separate the game from the person kind of thing.
He's a very funny. I remember when I first followed that account, I thought that was his main account. I'm like, bro, dude is so odd. And you told me it was a fake account. I'm like, this is not a fake account. He posts on his story his face all the time. And like, this is not a fake account. And then you followed it and you're like, oh, this dude is awesome. Like,
This
I
dude
really
is fantastic.
Okay, here's my dilemma. I want a Javon Holland jersey. However, I still haven't got my Jalen Waddle jersey from when I won the Dynasty League last year. Because you know how like I want I want to get jerseys based on if I win a fantasy league, I want to get a jersey of a player on that team. I still haven't got the Jalen Waddle jersey.
My sister came up a point short from winning her Super Bowl, and she still got a Patrick Mahomes jersey.
Liz just told you to fall in a well. I'm not even sure what that was a reference towards.
Fall in a
I don't know.
Fuck
what you
you.
did. I don't know.
Fuck you. I agreed with you. What the fuck? Hey, who's the most overrated corner in the NFL?
Overrated corner?
I feel like this is a very easy answer.
I feel like you're gonna say Trayvon Diggs. I feel like he's become underrated.
No.
I think Trayvon Diggs has become underrated.
I think he's properly rated. I hated on him, but last year he played really well. I think he's properly rated.
You spit out a name, and then I'll try to think of one. And Liz, what did he say? I don't even remember what he said that was that bad.
Sauce Gardner.
Stop it.
He's so overrated.
No, he's not.
Like, look, he is a top 10 for sure, fringe top 5, but he's not the number 1 corner in the league. People are talking about him.
I'm Googling corners right now, by the way. Go ahead and keep talking.
There's no way he's better than, Jalen Ramsey right now, Jair Alexander, AJ Terrell. I would take over him. I would take
Ramsey's trash, right?
Tan.
You said Jalen Ramsey's trash, right?
Ain't no way she said that.
No.
I said that.
She said you were talking trash about Jalen Ramsey. I don't even, did you? When did that happen? He said that Jalen Ramsey's better than Xavier Howard. I don't think he was talking trash. I think you.
She,
I think you
but
guys
you
have the
want to
same.
squat me having selective hearing? That's selective
You
hearing.
do have select. You don't have selective hearing. You
What?
just don't hear me. Shut up.
Got him.
No, you didn't get me. As soon as you said, I told you to shut up. That's not game worthy. Okay, I'm looking at Sauce Gardner. Wow, they have Sauce Gardner as a #1 corner. Maybe so in that sense he's overrated. Dare I say Patrick Surtain is 4th. Patrick Surtain might be the best.
That's what I'm. It's Surtain, but yeah, I say Surtain also. So it's
Is
no big
Stephon
deal.
Gilmore still that good?
Yes.
He's rated as 6. Is he that good still?
I would put him above Xavier Howard actually.
Honestly, I don't know if there's any overrated corners. Maybe James Bradbury a little bit.
Given Xavier Howard had a really bad year last year, and Stephon Gilmore, it was the first time he was healthy in like 3 years.
Yeah, they have X.
So
PFF has X rated at 17.
that's whack.
But there's a lot of good corners. Like I'm looking at this list, I'm like, I don't think anybody's like Marlon Humphrey's rated 20. I know Marlon Humphrey had some bad moments last year, but he's still a very good corner. Like I don't think anybody on.
When I think of Marlon Humphrey, I don't think of 20.
Liz, Diggs is not a bad player. Like he gets burnt every now and then, but dude has 14 interceptions in the last 3 years. Like,
okay, so
Trayvon Diggs is a good player.
2 years ago, he got burnt a lot. Last year, I'm telling you, watch the tape. He improved so much last year. Now, given it could be, he didn't really play that much competition, but I mean, he locked up AJ Brown for, a pretty good portion of that game.
Alicia Hayes with Game Talk with the Analyst says that Trayvon Diggs can break an ankle. Hey Liz, you want to come on the show since you actually do this? We haven't had any guests. Okay, so of all of our friends, all right, who would we even want to bring on the show realistically?
Jay, that's it.
Okay, Jay, yes, but he's not. Jay when we play the Patriots. Joe when we play the Jets. But
never ever Adam, never ever Tyrell.
Ooh, Tyrell might be okay.
That would be entertaining, but
yeah,
I would be so pissed off.
You stay in your spot but smush up a little bit. I stay in the middle, Tyrell on the left, and I just sit here and you guys yell at each other back and forth. And I just smile at the camera because I'll be laughing the whole time because you guys just yell and scream.
I wouldn't be I would be so heated. My face would legitimately be red just yelling at this dude.
Hey Liz, we play the Eagles, right? We play the Eagles this year?
We do play the Eagles this year.
Liz, you can come on when we play the Eagles. So Joe can come on when we play the Jets.
Twice.
Do we play the Giants, right?
I don't know.
We could have Tyrell. We could have Joe for the one of the Jets games. We have Tyrell if we really want to go down that route for the Giants. Liz could come on for the Eagles.
Tyrell for the Bills.
Do you want him?
No,
I
don't. I don't.
3 times.
I don't think we play the Giants.
But we play the Eagles. How do we not play the Giants?
Oh, we do play the Giants. We play them week 5.
Yeah.
We play them down here actually.
So that's okay. Wait, who else did you mention? We said Joe. Oh, Jay. So Joe, Jay. We had the Cowboys.
We can do
Mainin for the Chargers. Chris Rosen's a Cowboys fan. Liz is an Eagles fan. Okay, I need to get back.
Do we know any Panthers fans?
Are there any Panthers fans? Dude, when we found out that what's his a Cardinals fan.
Nick,
yeah.
No,
he's an Arizona
Cardinals
fan. I did not know they existed. I mean, at least he had a Buda Baker jersey of all the guys.
Do Commanders fans exist?
I have a cousin who's a Commanders fan.
Bro, we play the Titans at home. Tannehill's coming home.
I'm gonna boo him.
No.
Wait, that's
I'm wearing my Tannehill jersey to that game.
I want to actually run through the people. So Tyrell twice because of the Bills and the Giants. Joe, Jay, Chris Rosen, Liz. Who else?
Nate for Ravens.
Nate and me. Nate and I for Ravens. That'd be a weird preview since I'm like arguing both sides. Like, wow, I hope the Dolphins do good and I hope the Ravens do good too.
You just want it to end up like last year.
Yes, I want it to be
maybe not exactly like last year, but the scoreboard. The scoreboard like last year.
I want it to be Chiefs Rams 2017.
Okay, do we know any Raiders fans?
Scooby-Doo Sports Snacks.
So no.
So no. What if we could get Pretty Boy Cut on the channel? We probably could, since I've met him a few times. We discussed, the three of us have discussed stuff before.
Yeah. Shout out to our boy Pretty Boy Cut. Follow his Instagram and follow Finn's.
He didn't follow me back.
District.
He followed Liz back. He didn't follow me back. The weeb.
Well, she's a hot girl.
Come on, Aaron. Come on, Aaron.
You seen who he hangs out with? That man is a baller.
It's still a little odd though.
It's okay. We love him.
Aaron, follow me back.
Aaron, follow me back. Actually, I don't even post anything on that page, so don't even bother.
Raiders. We don't know a Raiders fan. Who else do we play? We have the whole AFC East covered. Shut up, Liz. You're not cool.
Shut up. So we have Chargers, Patriots, Broncos.
That's rad.
Gage. We can bring on Gage.
Gage. Yes. That'd be great for both channels.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
That's week 3, by the way.
Ooh, I might not be there for that one. I mean, I'll probably be here for a preview, but there's a chance I'll be in Seattle for that game, and I might miss that game.
Why are you gonna be in Seattle for that game?
Because me, Cole, and my dad are going to Washington and Oregon on a vacation. I think that's when we're going.
That's a home game, though.
I'm well aware.
You're missing a home game?
I might have to.
It's 9/24 is the...
No, what's 9/24?
The date, September 24th.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to miss the game. What does it matter?
Well, if you know the dates that you're going over there, then I'm telling you the date of the...
I just know based on lining it up that game I'm probably going to miss. As things stand.
You guys, he was talking about planning earlier. This man does not know how to plan more than like a week ahead.
That's not entirely incorrect, but when I was talking about planning, I was talking about for the video, and I give you one segment to go ahead and roll out yourself, and you're like,
and I had it pulled up. I did. You saw I had it pulled up.
For 3 minutes.
Don't give me that shit.
For 3 minutes, he's like,
whatever.
I don't know who made the Hall of Fame, even though this is my video to talk about.
I couldn't pronounce his last name without looking at it.
It's the Coochie Man. What was his first name?
Bob
Coochie Man. I'm the Coochie Man. That was a weird TikTok trend.
The Dolphins Jets game.
Joe.
It's on Friday. That's on Prime Video.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Did we cover all the other teams we play?
Chiefs. Know anybody?
There's not a Chiefs.
I'm sure there's some bandwagon out there.
Is there a Chiefs Syndicate?
There used to be.
Kyle.
There used to be.
Kyle. On today's list of things that are not happening.
Names?
Wait, what do you mean they're
not happening?
There's no longer a Chiefs Syndicate?
No, the guy that was running it quit or got fired. I don't remember.
Fair enough. I think that's all the teams that we
Titans, we may be able to bring Nate on as well. Because he lived up in Tennessee for like 4 years, so he knows the team.
Doesn't mean he's a Titans fan. Like,
he's not
guys,
a Titan.
Welcome to Miami Dolphins Syndicate. Joining us on the channel today is a guy who lived in Tennessee. Like,
he worked the games. He worked the games.
We have a former Tennessee Titans employee. What did he do? What did he do during the games?
I don't remember. I think he worked in concessions, but it was part of. It was part of the the school program for like it's how they got funding or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember.
Preview featuring former Tennessee Titans employee.
But he knows ball anyway, so it's okay.
He does know ball. Definitely for the Ravens. God, how desperate would we be have to bring Adam on?
Bro. How desperate?
Yes.
How desperate?
Yes.
I don't think there. I don't think there's a level of desperation. I don't think.
This is why we have two of us here. It's like we don't need people.
If it came down like the fate of the universe and we need to bring on a guest host, then give me Iguodala. No, no, no. I think at that point maybe Adam, Adam, if you're watching this, we love you, but like, no.
I'd rather bring Hope on. I'd rather bring Hope on. I guess. Liz, does Hope even like football? She even like a team? Like at that point, I'd rather have her on the show, even if she doesn't like football.
Well, she would probably give more educated opinions.
She'd sound less like an idiot because she's not, and he is. All right. She'd be able to formulate sentences. She'd be able to formulate 3 sentences in a row without sounding stupid. All right.
All I gotta
He
say
cannot.
is,
Oh gosh. Yeah. All he was the entire time he'd come on the show. So this is how it is. No, you gotta believe me. All I gotta say is the entire time is just be preface on preface.
we would literally have a shot glass.
She probably wouldn't know anything going on and still be more knowledgeable than our friend Adam, or
Yo,
be
we
more
should
interesting to listen to.
We should bring on Adam. Hear me out. Bring on Adam. Me and you have shot glasses on our end, and every time he prefaces something, we just take a shot. By the end of the stream, we're gonna be so drunk off our asses.
We should do a watch along, get another Airbnb, and we need more mics. Oh wait, it's still Amazon Day. It's still Amazon.
We can do the mini mics. Yes, yes.
I bought a pair of Beats. I bought
like the ones you're wearing,
well, because these are supposed to be Bluetooth, but I brought them in the sauna too many times, and now that the Bluetooth doesn't work.
Oh, that's my bad.
Yeah, that's me being stupid. So I got the.
Well, I'm the one that
I just took this off my ear. My ear hurts so much when I take them off. I got the Studios, and I got 2 more charging pads.
You gotta get the HyperX's for your computer. Yeah, but they're so comfortable.
Beats are for cool kids.
HyperX is for cool kids.
I mean, I have my gaming headphones.
Bro, these are so much better.
Liz, you are coming on the channel at some point. All right. That's a good way for you to get more stuff on tape, and because we want guests for all of our previews. All right, you're coming on the channel. I don't know how we're gonna make it work, but we're gonna find a way to make it work. I have a spare.
We're gonna make it work. Kind of. I could get more mics. Mics are cheap.
Yeah, I was say should we do some shopping right now?
I do have $100 gift card sitting on Amazon, so
I had a 25. Yo, shout out to my boss.
I should.
Liz, and you are also a superstar. You are the life of the party. So you being on the show talking, she was just started talking trash about Tua though. That's the thing. Like, here's the thing. Her and I had this conversation the other day, right? Like, I've come around Jalen Hurts. Like, I actually consider myself a Jalen Hurts fan. Like, I love watching Jalen Hurts. I had him in fantasy last year. Like, I've really come around on him. Pause. I've really come around to him being a good quarterback and all. And yet, she still slanders Tua like crazy.
Bro, Andrew slanders Tua like crazy. Andrew still thinks that Mac Jones is better than Tua.
He does. That is pretty crazy.
And that's legitimate. That's not even just hating. That's legitimate. Like, he legitimately thinks that.
Liz, I know I was wrong about Jalen Hurts, but now I'm in the right spot. All right.
So I was wrong.
Back on with Tua.
I do want to say I was right about Jalen Hurts. I was wrong about Tua because I actually wanted to draft Jalen Hurts over Tua.
You want to bring that up. Jalen Hurts is probably like between 6 to 8 in terms of best quarterbacks in the league. He's somewhere in there. I'd say hear me out. Jalen Hurts, like between 6 to 8. Tua is probably between, just in terms of how good he is, probably between 9 to 11 or 12. Is that, Liz? Is that fair? Is that fair? Or are we still going to argue? What are we going to do?
I like how she's texting you instead of just putting it in the chat.
Yeah, well, sucks for you. The bubbles are a typing. The bubbles are a typing.
Ooh, the bubbles are typing.
I almost knocked over my light. That would have been bad.
Don't do that.
I could have knocked.
Try not to do that. Try not to do that.
Since all she says LMAO. Can you say something positive about Tua? All right, just indulge me. Say one positive thing about Tua. All right, that's all I need. I consider myself a Jalen Hurts fan. If I won the Publix League,
just say he's a nice guy. Just say he's a nice guy.
Nah, I don't think that's good enough for me. If I was really hopeful I would win the Publix League, so I would have been able to justify myself buying a Jalen Hurts jersey. And I tried trading for Jalen Hurts from who has him in Dynasty? Other good guy. The other Jared. Jared has. I tried trading him from that league, and if I did, I still would have won. She said she couldn't figure out how to type in the chat. I don't. How can you not figure out how to type in the chat? It's YouTube.
It says live chat. You click on that, and then
it says chat. You touch it, and then you type.
You'll have like the video here, right, and then the chat will be below. And if it's not there, then there's gonna be a thing like right below the video that says live chat. And then you click on that.
You don't have a Jalen Hurts jersey? I have a Tua jersey.
What?
I have two Tua jerseys. So are you saying that I'm more of a fan of Tua than you are of Jalen Hurts?
Ooh.
Just saying. I have two jerseys. We already went over it. Let me go get my jersey. You see this? You see this? You see this? Tagovailoa. All right? And again, the whole reason this is the second time this episode I brought this jersey out, Liz. I brought this out. You know why I brought this out? To explain that I got this jersey. It was priced at $35. I got it for $58 total. Total $58, not $145. Smarter. I'm hungry.
All right. Well, you're hungry. We've been on for an hour and a half now. Maybe it's time we wrap this up.
I suppose. I didn't figure out what I'm gonna eat, but I definitely need some food. It's hard to find.
Yeah, you need to eat so then we can win more Fortnite games.
Homie, we are about to say we are gonna be playing Fortnite. Homie, Liz, go to Liz's locker room. I'm sure
you got, like, are so in and out right now. It's not even funny.
On my end, I'm good. You're in the trash. All right. Liz, bye. I'll probably call you in a second.
You're frozen on my screen.
Well, it sucks for you. All right, well, thank you, everybody. By everybody, I mean me, Donovan, and Liz, for tuning in to Miami Dolphins Syndicate. If you haven't done so already and you're watching at a future time, go ahead and like. Liz, are you subscribed to the channel? I don't know if you're subscribed to the channel. Like and subscribe to the channel right now if you haven't done so.
Yeah, already. we're trying to get to 1,000 subs, so please sub and also join our Discord in the description below.
It may or may not be there. I'm not sure. But if you have not done so already, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much for tuning in to the stream. Jacob Kelly, Donovan Quick here, Liz Hayes in the chat talking with us. Thank you all very much for tuning in today. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.